Hi, welcome to Sureway English. In this video, we are going to talk about examples in your PTE essays. So we will talk about what is the right way to include examples in your essays. They are very important. Examples in your essays are very important for a number of reasons. But you will only get the benefit of including examples in your essays if you do it in the right way. So in this video, I'll tell you what that right way is. What are those things you should take care of when you are writing, including an example in your PTE essay. I'll give you some tips for that, some guidelines for that. So make sure that you watch this video till the very end because, like I said, examples are very essential. There are two reasons why examples are so important. The first one, it's often a requirement, right? So it's often a requirement in the question prompt itself. They ask you to include an example, and the second is they help to meet the word requirement. So as I said that it's often a requirement, most essays, at least 67% of the essay topics, they will specifically ask you to give some examples when you're writing the essay. The other important benefit of including an example in your essay is that it will help you to meet your word requirement. So a lot of students, a lot of people, they say they have a hard time, writing 250 words. So if you include a few good examples, then you can easily meet the word limit. So that's another reason why the examples in your essays, they're so important. Now I will give you a few rules if you want to write good examples. Let's go through those rules one by one. The first rule is begin properly. So in the example, when you're beginning the example, use words such as for instance, to illustrate, or for example. So use the proper words which indicate that what's following next is an example. So don't just say that a lot of people suffer breathing problems because of pollution. Say that, for instance, a lot of people in big cities suffer breathing problems because of air pollution. So structure it properly. If you have to do something, it makes sense that you do it well. So always begin your example with the proper words. For instance, to illustrate, in my experience, something like that. The second rule which I want you to follow, which I want you to remember, is that your essay, it need not be true. It's not that, they are not judging you on your personal opinions or what you think or what you believe in. It should just be something which makes an impact, which has some reasoning behind it, which sounds logical. So that can be your example. Okay, you can make up the example. You can just say, for instance, several of my friends who had an advanced degree ended up in great jobs in the technology industry. So even if you don't have any friends in the software industry, in the technology industry, you can still make up that example. So remember, your example, it need not be true. It should be interesting. It should be informative. That's more important. The third rule which I want you to follow, make it specific to the point, not too generic. So a lot of people, when they are writing an example, they write it too broad. For example, they will say many relatives who went overseas are doing very well in life. But a more specific example of this will be many relatives who went for higher studies to foreign universities are now holding good jobs and are in good careers. So that is very specific. It's not too generic. So in other words, put some thought into your essay. Don't be lazy. Don't just rush through it. Just think, exactly what you can write to the point. If you do that, then your example will be very good. So those are the few rules which I wanted you to follow. If you follow these rules, you will write good examples. If you write good examples, you will write good essays. This will boost your writing score. Okay, so with that we come to the end of this PTE video. Please subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends who are preparing for PTE. If you haven't already been to the website, go to surewayEnglish.com. There's a free PTE course. There are a lot of useful study guides there. You can get a lot of information that will help you a lot in your exam. Check the video description for more. All the best, and I will see you in the next PTE video very soon.